Hey YouTube, it's your favorite mega church cult survivor Leah Lauder, and I'm live on TikTok and I'm live on Instagram. If you get a flash of my broken mouth, I've been doing a lot of beaching and outings with the children, and we have got excited and a few nails have broken. So I am here, so you might see me a bit nailless, but you'll see me with a fresh set tomorrow. A beautiful fresh set. So we've been having quite the discussion actually across TikTok and Instagram, and I've been a bit emotional because I was in a cult for 18 years. I don't know if I mentioned it, and I'm just, there's a lot that's kind of resurfacing. There's a lot that I'm learning about myself, dynamics of relationships and different things. But one thing I do want to talk about is how hard it is for us to trust again when we leave this group. So I think this is really important, guys. Especially we need to have more podcasts. I'm going to do a part 2 with that gal. I'm going to be on another podcast as well. But how we just don't trust people. It's so hard for us to trust people because of, do you know what I think it was? The betrayal. I think it's the betrayal time after time. And do you know what? I'm not talking about Mandem because I'm not male-centered. That's why I come on here and talk about cult psycho. That's why you don't see me beefing little gal outside in these streets. Do you understand? So, Lucia, have you clocked Chef Andrea? Thanks, Queen. So we find it really hard to trust people again, and I think it's because of the betrayal and the lies and the deceit. And then, thank you, my love. And then when we leave, it's like we're so open and vulnerable that it's like going from the frying pan into the fire. So then we meet like bottom of the barrel type of gal and mandem. Remember I told you that I ended up being so desperate for friends that I ended up befriending a block 304 from South London and beyond. She's originally from South, but the whole of the United Kingdom know of this girl, you know them ones. And she ended up sleeping with the guy that I was seeing at the time because she cannot keep her self in her yard. So I had to learn the hard way. I had to really get stung and burnt to see that, you know, because when you're in the self-sealing system, you don't have, thanks, Lucia, you don't have real relationships. You don't have real relationships. Everything is fabricated in there. Nothing's organic. What they do is they get people to befriend you, especially when you're new. And when you're a whitey, forget it. They've targeted you. And then they start to find out key personal information about you. So they'll want to know your whole life. They love bomb you. And they make you feel really comfortable. They want to know your body count. They want to know where you're from. They want to know, you know, how... like what job your dad does, is your dad been in your life, like really personal questions that they will be asking you, and it will feel almost like an interrogation with a smile. Because if I've just met someone, I'm not going to be asking them their whole life story, because you're going to be thinking, I don't want that person to think that I'm trying to know all their business. You wait. The whole beauty of a relationship is there's boundaries. You create the space to make the person feel comfortable to divulge certain information about themselves. That is how you form healthy relationships. You put in boundaries, you communicate openly and clearly with honesty and transparency, and you're able to say how you feel, not behind each other's back. And that's on period point blank. That's why with me, I'm like, if you're going to be my brethren, like, get prepared to hear the truth, innit? Because that's what I'm going to do all day, every day. If you don't want it, then don't be my brethren. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Like, that's just what it is. And I know that the collective vibe, we're on the same wave. And when you come out of these environments, you cannot be fake, because your trust is broken. Your heart is shattered to absolute pieces. I had to pick up every single piece of my broken heart, and I had to sit there and heal it and glue it back together. I had to self-heal, and I had to raise my kids and be a mother, all whilst going through a divorce. Not only with the environment, the religious institution, but also my ex-husband. It's all trauma bonds on period point blank, Lola. Everything in there. Do you know what, Lola? I just want to give you a clap. In it, Faith. Trauma bonds. It's all, do you know what? Yeah. When we all strip it, do you remember when the pastors used to say, I can just say trauma bonds and finished. You know, they say all I have to do is read John 1 and finished. I don't need to say a thing. This will be a quick preaching. It says everything in the verse. And then they'll be there for 4 hours telling you about railway tracks, you know, comparing it. Like, what has engineering, railway tracks, the architecture of certain buildings in London, what has that got to do with the message? Thanks, spam. What has that got? I would like to know what that's got to do with the massage. And then they used to be like, massage it. Massage the message. Guys, I can't let people see my broken nail, man. It's so embarrassing. I hate having a broken nail. But I'm doing it for the survivors. Please appreciate it. And on YouTube, please subscribe, man. If I don't feel like this video is important enough, I will just delete it after YouTube and Instagram. I'm not going to lie. But do you know what? I shouldn't curse. I should just be out here. I'm coming with my fresh set. I've got my things guarded. You know, if you not really knew what I want, you get me? But I'm not trying to bait myself up online. All right. Let's get into it, y'all. So I've been sitting here and I'm thinking, what am I going to talk about? And you know, ChatGPT is my best friend. ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT, man. Love you. ChatGPT is just absolutely great. Facts. And calling everything demonic to shift the blame. Ooh. Yeah, Mystically Miura, they love it. The devil is a liar. They love it. Do you know what I'm going to say? If you hear that in one of these settings, I would say just leave immediately. It doesn't matter if he started going on. It doesn't matter if worship's like, just walk out. Just walk out. Because once you hear that, and it as well. It as well is absolutely dangerous. When you hear it as well, oof, you're gonna get preds in there. You're gonna get these guys who are just like in there just preying on the young vulnerable women that are married, the single married men. Leah girl, please tell me you've seen Smiley Happy People season 2. No, I haven't. Let me screenshot that chair. I've been seeing you though, Queen. I'm not gonna lie, because you know I have to be honest and open. I've just been waiting for you to comment up, Chair. Is this the day? This is the day that the Lord has made. I'm not gonna say what your name is on there because I'm on YouTube and Instagram. Hello, beautiful. I haven't seen it, but I've taken a screenshot. Is it on Netflix? Should I watch it? Because I want to have a little bit of self-love time today. I want to have a little self-love time in the evening. I might get myself a little drink. You get me? Oh, look, someone on Instagram saying, ooh, the devil is a liar. I've checked myself so many times since leaving. It gives you a victim complex. Ooh. Give us a little feeler, babe, on TikTok what that series is about. And you know what? I just want to highlight watching cult documentaries, watching series that have themes, things that are related to our situation are absolutely brilliant. Like Cults Explained on Netflix, on YouTube is absolutely brilliant. Oh, thanks, Spam. Spam came on here to say, oh, no, Spam, I really appreciate it. Big yourself up, man. I'm even showing my breaker now. Because we're here together. We're fucking it out together. Are you okay? You get me? No, man. Love for that. Love for that. Love for that, bro. I appreciate it, man. Love for that, man. Oh, you probably went on to subscribe. Oh, you're showing me love. I appreciate that, man. Oh, you literally saved me from first loving not. Love you. And the show is on Amazon Prime. All right. Love you too, girl. I've been seeing your support, man. I've noticed you, but I don't reach out to survivors. I just have an eye because this is my life. Sorry, I don't even want to get emotional. But it just makes me so happy, like, because I know that this is a move of God, and you survivors don't even know that when you show up and you reveal yourself, that does something for me. Don't you get it? Like, it's so hard doing what I do, and I really do appreciate it because it takes a lot to even just comment on this. It takes a lot. Oh, Spam said that I'm proud of my strength. Leah saved me from cats. Thank you, Spam. Thank you so much. Because I was just sitting there today thinking, what are my little old videos doing? What are my little old videos doing? But when I see you guys come on and you comment, it really, really helps me and gives me the strength to go on, because I get invested in people. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I really do. My heart, like, is like really soft. That's why I have to have the other side, because people would just take the PISS out of me. I would get walked all over and used and abused, like a lot of pretty girls have. That's why I'm so glad, you know, because I could have been used and abused, but for some reason the man them, they just took a liking to me, like, you know, like home girl. So other gal they'd be like sleeping with and taking advantage of young girls, but it was like Leah's home girl, like, and I was late to develop as well. So there were girls that were like 11, but in 12 and 13, and they were like had voluptuous and stuff. I just used to be tall and lanky, but pretty face. But my body was like a child for ages. So it was only when I started getting to like 15, I started to get like, you know, a bit of this. I started to like fill out a little bit, but I just used to be tall and lanky. And there's nothing wrong with being tall and lanky. It's fine, but I'm just saying, like, the man them, the older ones, the preds, the ones that they prey on, usually if they're giving a girl attention, it'll be for her body. But because I used to sing, they used to be like, Leah, sing for us, man, sing for us. And I used to be like, time on my hands since you've been away, boy. I ain't got no plans, no. And the sound of the rain. And I was like this little skinny Marga thing. And they'd be like, sing, Leah, sing for us, man. You know, all the man them, the oldest. And then I was funny as well. So you're healing in real time while stretching out to others. You're a rare gem. Oh, Laura, that means a lot to me. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the following that. Thank you. Guys, I really love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Spam is saying, I remember about a year ago, I nearly joined the Parish Church cult with my sisters, and I wanted to find their song on YouTube. And when I searched them up, You're Exposing came, and we chose not to join. Oh my God, Spam. Do you know, I was thinking that my videos weren't getting no views. Even when I see, like, even the other day, like, it's like I feel good, like, when the view goes viral, but it's like, I want millions of views. Do you understand? And this is, again, remember I told you after I deprogrammed, I then programmed myself back with some of these mega church building things. I didn't let everything go because I knew I'd have to come up against Dag. So it's never enough, and that is from the cult. And I know I need to get a balance, which I am trying to do. I'm getting more of a balance in my personal life, but with this cult exposing that I'm doing, it's gonna get more intense, because I will not back down. I will not be silenced. I will speak my truth. I will speak the truth on behalf of other survivors, and I will not back down, and I will not stop. And I don't care how many cult trolls come in. I don't have a man. Most gal them, their lives revolve around D. Like, they're talking about the man. I don't have a man, so I've got all the time in the world. And when I feel like entertaining y'all to get some content, then I'll do it. Like the one that's doing very well on one of my main pages as we speak. All right. So what I do is I just take that negative energy and I transmute it and alchemize it into content, my love. Okay. I don't allow you to infiltrate and siphon my energy. I just manipulate yours. So I need the trolls. You know, haters make the world go round. If I ruled the world, imagine that. I'd free all my sons. I've had another baby. What do you mean? Yeah. That's what we doing, man. Divine intervention, yes. My voice is at the end of its tether, but if I feel like I'm going to sing, I'm going to sing. I don't care if it doesn't sound perfect, because when I was in the cult, everything had to be perfect. Oh, my voice break. I don't want to sing. I don't want to. And these are the things that I need to break out of. It doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to think about the right key. Sometimes when I sing, do you not hear me and I sing and it sounds all right? And I'm like, no, that's not the right key. That's from the cult. Because it's like I'm leading a mass choir of like 300 plus people, and I'm leading this song. So if I start on the wrong key, I don't bring them into the bridge. I don't do this. I don't do the ad lib to take them into the bridge or I've messed up the whole song. If I don't come in at the right time with the backing track, I've messed it up. Do you know how much accountability and pressure that is on you? If you mess up that first, so I would have to sit there and listen to the soundtrack over 1,000, countless. It would be in my head. I'd keep listening to it over and over and over again, until the point where with the soundtrack, I know it's on that drop of the eighth bar. Dun, 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 Lord. And sometimes the way the soundtrack would be, it's like the pastor said to me, "Yeah, you just have to feel it, Charlie. You just have to feel it cry. When to come in, and if I don't come in at the right part, the right key, I mess up the whole thing. Are you all right?" So it doesn't become about worshiping God. It becomes about a performance, a picture perfect performance. And if the performance isn't perfect, it's like we've messed up. We've ruined David Antry's 20th anniversary and his 50th. You see how it doesn't become about God. It becomes about David Antry. I was so shocked when I found out. God bless you. Faith, I don't even know. What were we talking about, girl? Remind me, because I'm not fake. Oh, yeah. That's what they do in there, girl. What do you mean by that, Queen? I was going to go to RPF when I joined uni, and when I searched it up, one of your videos came up. Literally divine intervention. Ross Clark. All right, so my videos are making impact. I just feel like the views ain't enough. It's never enough. Never too much, never too much, never too much. You get me? I just don't feel like but it's all right. I'm gonna have patience. My boarding school literally gave me OCD. They'd put hands on you if your clothes weren't perfectly ironed. Girl, you lot remember, I'm just like coming from the ends, innit? I'm just a gal from the ends. And I start coming to this church cult, yeah, but obviously I've been on the X Factor. Long story short, I was in the X Factor. I got to the final 5. I was in a girl band called Hope Chair. And I came up, so I had money in it because I was doing gigs, this, that, and the third. Wait, one of my friends went to Caris Bible study and wouldn't stop messaging her when she stopped. Oh my God. That's what they're like, man. They're harassers. Oh, you lot of, I've already decided I don't care about the now, innit? Because of spam. Leah, I was just on Snapchat and saw a flashback of a screenshot I accidentally took of me sending your video to my grandpa, who was going to attend Kara's services. You're helping the old and young. Oh, thanks, babe. I appreciate you, because it just doesn't feel like the impact is impacting. I know a lot of people, I know that it's affecting them, but it's just not enough, because I was in there for 18 years. I need God to do something else. I need God to do something big. I don't like what's going on. I know that the First Love Conference is a show and it's a camouflage. I don't care. But what Dad doesn't realize is I will never back down. So the more he keeps doing this stuff, the more it's pushing me to do more, but behind the scenes, spiritually. Because remember, there's only one of me. So I can't do all of these spectacular external. It's just me and my tears and my God and my sanctuary. That's all I got. All I got is my closet. That's all I got, man. All I got is my closet. As difficult as it is, and it has been, I've got my relationship with God back. And I'm free. I'm so free to go as and where I please, to do what I want on Sunday, to just lay in my bed and just do nothing, to listen to the music I want and I love, to be my true authentic self. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Faith. To defy all the odds and the stereotypes and fight for what I believe in. It's not easy. Can you not come in? Is it important? Can you not come in? Is it important? Come back, please, my love. Come back. Is it your phone? No. Don't come in. 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys, I've got my nieces and nephews here, so it's just like a good madhouse today. Thanks for the follow. Oh, that's Grateful Gems. Hey, girl. Leah, I do readings and energy work if you ever need spiritual help, for anyone in here as well. Oh, that's lovely, Mystically Miura. Thank you, my love. Let me follow you. How lovely. Thank you, Queen. You have a really lovely heart, very open. I appreciate you being here. To anyone considering, and when I feel like I need to come to you, my love, I will do, because I don't want to make it look like I'm not, you know what I mean? Because I don't demonize them things there at all. Do you understand? So let me just say that, you know, them ones. To anyone considering joining First Love, one of the 10 commandments, they say to honor your mother and father. Him calling himself dad isn't Christian. You're doing amazingly. I'm so proud of your freedom. Thank you so much, babe. Because, you know, I'm not perfect and I don't claim to be. That's what I'm saying. Don't be slapping no titles on me, baby. Because I'm not trying to be accountable for anyone. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because they love to put that accountability on you and make you feel like you're responsible for people. And I was like a 50-year-old. Oh, thanks, China. Is that UCKG one? Is that a different account? I was looking after people and being people's savior for years and years. I need to live my life. I've got to be me. I've got to be true and authentic to myself. Otherwise, I'm going to unalive myself. I've got to let all of this out so that I can start to heal. No pressure, of course. I don't work, so I love to put my energy into woo-woo stuff in the meantime. Oh, that's so lovely. Side note, your hair is so nice. Oh, thanks, babe. Let me be grateful, though, because you know what? It grew from the braids. So I'm going to take that. Thank you, babe. Because I'm just feeling like human fecal matter today. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been a full-on week for me, man. Like, it's just how many blows can I take? You know, like psychologically and spiritually. I've had a lot of blows, and it's not been because I don't give power to these, you know, idiots. It's not that. It's a purging. It's a purging. That's why a lot of the time, especially with the canon Bible, I feel like a lot of it was like metaphorically. I feel like a lot of it was almost like more philosophical. I don't know, man. Anyway, that's just me thinking aloud. All right, guys. So as I've had this really hard, tough week, I don't know what I was crying about, because you know when my nephew comes in, I'm like into that auntie mode. I was just sitting here like just meditating and thinking, and I was just like reflecting on everything, and I was like, do you know what? They just destroyed my life. Like, I don't have anything else to say today, you know, them ones, because I'm so deflated. But I've got to come on. Not like I've got to come on. I want to come on. I want to show up for myself, and I want to show up for the collective, because one thing, and I really do feel like it was God that told me in the beginning. I just kept hearing consistency. Consistency is the key. Just be consistent. And that's another thing that and I hope this doesn't trigger people, because that is a thing that they may say a lot in these church cults. Hey, Shakira, you're all right? Oh no, that's not Shakira, that's someone else. I thought that was Shakira. That's one thing that they emphasize on a lot in their chair. Because they want your loyalty, and they also want you to be doing the same thing over and over again, because it's hard to do that. So the drive and the push behind this is the connection that we have as the collective energetically. Haynes in the car. That is what. Oh, hey, Chiddy, all right, Queen, babe. I'm sure I was supposed to call your message. I need to still do that, girl. It's like when it's. I don't know what it is. It's a body, isn't it? We could describe it as a body. We are one body. We are one body in Christ. Do you remember that tune? It's on my First Lovers. Ooh, you lot, there was one time we had this, you know, when they used to rinse a choir song, like you might have had back-to-back, because when you have the back-to-back conferences, they start to reel up the old tunes. It's so mentally draining. And the one we used to sing like consistently, like our mind in the cup, we lift our hands in the sanctuary. And then Nanaya used to lead. Nanaya, how does that song start? Nanaya used to lead it. We look, because she had some deep, husky, masculine voice. We lift our hands to give you the praise. Emmanuel, we lift up your name. Heavenly Father, come in Messiah, and we will praise you for the rest of our days. Yes. Wait, hold on. And we will praise you for the rest of our days. Yes, we will praise you for the rest of our days. And there used to be another this is I can't remember how the tune goes. Wait, hold on. Na 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 na. Hide me from the rain. Child, we used to rinse that tune, child. Even now, our choir tune was Hallelujah, Salvation and Glory. Oh, stop it. My God is awesome. He can move the mountains, keep me in the valleys, hide me from the rain. My God is awesome. Are you all right? This is Choir Direct. This is Queen of the... Listen, don't try me, man. Are you all right? Are you all right? Babes, I don't think so, because I had absolutely no talent to do no parts and I was still chosen. That let's not even go there. Do you know what I'm saying? Towards the end though, I was hearing parts, I'm not gonna lie, it was working. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. It's just there's just so much in the car. I love you lot, man. Yeah, we read that song. That song actually gives me PTSD, you know. Like now that I've sung it, I feel all like, you know, like I need to, you know what I'm trying to say. Mad. You see what they do in these settings, it's very like perverse and they have like reprobate minds. So like very holy things they turn and they make it into, oh look, people are liking it up on YouTube, yeah. So do you see how it becomes like almost like I feel dirty, dirty, a little bit dirty, and a little bit higher, my arrival. You get me? That's how you get me. Like it's like, get it off me. And that's what they do. They make it perverse. They give us PTSD. How can we have post-traumatic stress disorder, jail from the scripture? Oh God, Jesus, somebody, Jesus, take the way. Oh God, how have you done that up, babe? Like the whole thing, you know, it's making us think up. Hey, Alpha Male, you're right, King. There was a song you used to sing that would be like, we're not worthy. The indoctrination was me. Yeah. They used to love, especially they used to love singing like, and if heaven never was promised to me. Oh, my voice is so big. Now God's glory and to live eternally. It's been worth just having the Lord in my life. I was living in a world of darkness. He came along and brought me the light. I was living in a world. And what's the other one? Through it all. Is that the same one? Through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. I've learned to trust in God. So someone's husband's putting their hands on the wife and she's in the choir. Through it all, I've learned to depend upon his word. You get me? Like, chair. I need to refresh myself because it's like I've forgotten all of the praise and worship and choir songs, but the Andre Crouch ones, I will never ever forget. And then they used to have this one. It was like, guys, I'm going to sing this out of tune. It was like, you're the only Jesus that they will ever see. And if you do to them what they've done to you, then your eye will ever see. 'Cause you're the only Jesus. And then the piano's like, you're the only Jesus. that they will never see. Where did I just take you? And I haven't rehearsed it. I don't even know the blood clot words. Where did I can take you into other realms. Listen, once I build myself up and I'm at a point, I'm gonna do like I'm gonna start doing like little concerts on here with candles. It doesn't take me a lot to do. I could do it tomorrow, guys. But I just need to like go with it. I'm gonna be singing some of the most what I think are some of the most beautiful songs that have ever been written in this life. And so you're gonna get loads of different feels. Like you're gonna get like na 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 na. Do you know that one? Na 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 na. Oh, there's been so gladly. I've forgotten the words. How can she tell you she loves you? So I'll be going into jazz. Jazz is my original love. Now you say you love me. I cried the long night through. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. You nearly drove me out of my head, whilst you never shed a tear. I remember all that you said. You guys, I did that for my GCSE music, and I got like, was it A star or whatever back then? And then Miss Healy, because my nan unalived and I came to the school with a nose ring, she's there doing up the most. And I've told this woman that my nan's just unalived this morning. She's telling me she don't care. So I told her she was a BI. And I got kicked out of school, She was waiting to just kick me out chair. So I couldn't sit my drama. I couldn't sit my music because I couldn't come to the school to sit the tests. I don't know. She just wanted to be a B anyway. I don't care. I still got my full GCSEs chair. I still got my BTEC national diploma, baby, against all the odds chair. When Gaddam were trying to come and do up ACID in my face back in college, I was still going one up chair. And I still managed to finish. They were trying to call the Yardie Gaddam from Brixton. But your girl survived. Oh, thank you. Wow. Someone said they're praying for my health. Thank you, my love. I really appreciate you. Wow, you've got an amazing voice, so powerful. Thanks, babe. You used to go, wow. How did we used to do the wow in the cold? I'm losing my accent. Wow. No, oh God, I'm losing it. What do you mean she didn't care? Yeah. That's what they said. Love you too, girl. The way I've never cared about my grades because I always get into every school of my choice. Ooh, that's good, yeah. Yes, girl, you go get it, man. I had to end up going to the ghetto college, but that college made me. That college built me into who I am today. I'm not even gonna lie. Big up Kingston College inside. What do you mean? That college made me who I am today, chair. Do you get it? Like, are you all right? Okay, guys, that's enough. I needed to disassociate a little bit and just gibber on and sing a little, and it's been a lot. I need to release some steam. And now I've done that, let's get into it. Let's get into what I've come to speak about today. They couldn't keep me in school. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it though. This is the energy I need, man. These are the people them that I love. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we're just her. We're gonna expose it up, man. That's what we're doing up. All right. He said I didn't want to go to the ghetto sixth form in uni. I love the ghetto. Yes, girl. It's the best. My college was like something out of the films. Guys, I swear down, yeah. Like, if I get like, let's say like in the future, there was a movie made about my life, it would be absolutely nuts. I'm not even gonna like that film would be crazy. It would be crazy because just the college bit itself could just be a film. Just my college days. Woo! You know them ones. Ciao. What are you talking about? Just the college days. Are you all right? Are you all right? All the people that I know, they've all made it, man. It's this cult. It held me back. It held me back. I would have got discovered at some point. It held me back. Even just the people I was moving with, like the guy, it held me back, man. How can I not have one music video I'm in? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I not have at least one music video? Like, they ruined everything for me. I know I would have just been them typical gal them, you know, on Instagram today, probably like a rapper's girl, just doing up her little, you know, like selling her little products and whatever. And that would have been fine. I would have been fine with that chair. You know, they just ruin everything and they exasperate everything. Everything is exasperated in there. Someone could just have something like, it's not even that serious, but they'll be acting like the whole world is falling apart because they're fearmongers. Like, that's how they operate. There's no, like, everything is so, like, ooh. They just become like desensitized to like very normal things. So like just things that can happen that are very common. They over spiritualize it to the point where, because remember they're galvanized through fear. That's the main thing that they do up. Like at the core of it all. Like let's say the foundation that it's all built upon is like the fear. Do you not agree, or would you say something different? Because you might feel that there's 3 fundamental building blocks that are the foundations on which this ish stands upon. If you feel that way, chat your chat. Because that's helping me with my book. And it's not like there's no right or wrong answers. Blue skies in the cup. There's no wrong or right answers, chair. This is a phenomenon. Everything about people. That's why I don't understand how they think they can have one interpretation from that book. Oh, so many books are hidden in the Vatican. They've tried to destroy so many. What is this pursuit? For the dismantling and hiding and looking away of certain books and whatever. Who's decided that we can't have access to these truths? So that's what I said to you. When you come out of the cult, as you deconstruct and deprogram, one of the main things that you should have identified is that the cult is just more of a exasperated version. It's like if you imagine looking at this world, the self-sealing world, the self-sealing bubble, the self-sealing system, but we're looking from the outside in now. And it's like in a dome and we're looking over them and we can see it. So it mirrors the world. But because they're like all in there, like sardines in a tin, they're marrying everyone in there. It's not like the world where we've got like more people. There's a great enough. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why we hear these absolute monstrosities and these really scandalous things that they do, because they're all in there like a sardine tin. They don't go out, and it's also, that's why it's like, you know, the praise and worship leaders had a, you know what, with, you know, the bassist, or it's like the pastor's wife, or, you know, it's really scandalous because they don't go outside. It's like a compound community, even though they're not all staying on the same thing together. Like psychologically, they're in that compound because they're after work, they're meeting up. They're in there 24 hours a day, 24/7, doing whatever it is that they do. They have no time to build relationships or anything outside of that. So when they start to get urges and feelings, and they're working more with the praise and worship leader than their own wife, or their wife is a pastor and they've sent them somewhere, so they're like 2 hours away. They're 2 hours. Okay, this is what they do. The couple will be living in West London, like central West London, let's say Shepherd's Bush. Then they'll put the wife to pastor a church in Harrow, and then they'll put the husband to pastor a church in Thamesmead. Yeah, so it's costing petrol. They're not seeing each other because they spent all their time in the cult. So they're moving further and further apart. So do you see how now he starts blowing out the back of the praise and worship leader or the choir director, because he's spending more time with her? And they got urges and they're not going outside. They're not mixing with other people, because more time they're just shouting or speaking at people. There's no type of relationship. Do you understand? And then they think everybody outside of the self-sealing system are sinners and going, you know where? Am I wrong or am I right? I think I'm right. Who made up these rules? I say. Who made up these schools? I say. Interesting. Everything's indoctrination from the beginning. Animal conditioning just to keep us as slaves. Lauren Hill. Ooh. That's teacher. I really hope that music comes back. And I think it is. Like with the emergence of like Cleo Soul, that's where I'm hoping God's going to strategically like set me up for, you know, in the music, because the sound is changing, you know, when it starts to go into more of that, because that is where you will see me inserting myself. Are you all right? Are you all right? What? That soulish R&B, like the neo soul. Are you all right? I'm coming. Don't worry, babes. Everything's timing. Why we were having mini church services at 8 a.m. in year 2. Oh my gosh. But I know they're really, really radical in these spaces. Hey, Corpelli, I know they really are ADICAL, because they were doing up a camp with the 5-year-olds online. Even in the pandemic, guys, I've got a video. of my kids, yeah. But if I put it out, I know my ex-husband's just going to be so angry. I don't know. Maybe if I can blur out their, like, put a sticker over their faces, but then I'm like, what's the point? Maybe the point is that they were getting my, wait, how old was my youngest then? Guys, I think my youngest was, I think she might have been 3 or 4. And yeah, blur their faces in it. Hey, Perp. And then my eldest, she was a baby in it, man. She's 3 years old. She was about 6 or 7. But she looks so little. And they're like in the screen, like singing the praise and worship. They had to say it is so airy. Like, because obviously I wanted the video, like, oh my God, my kids. But because it was the pandemic, we were filming everything. We wouldn't have done that in normal day life. So that's why I think God wanted me to stay there during the pandemic, because I didn't have much receipts. But I have more receipts than I think, because we used to use email, weren't the phone. So it's even more sinister. Oh my God. I was so obsessed with my pastor, guys. I was going back and forth with him in the emails at work. Do you know what? Do you know what? I've gone into a lot of things. I'm going to go with my points in a minute, guys, because I'm trying to process all of this, and it's really, really hard for me to process the extent of the emotional manipulation and the lies. And I think for me, I just can't believe it. Guys, it's one of those, I don't know what's going on with me. Do you think I'm having a breakdown? Yeah. They're so wicked in there, man. Please, if you're listening to me, if you are here and you are listening to me under the sound of my voice, if you are here and you are listening to me under the sound of my voice, okay, please stay away from Garis, from First Love, from UCKG. Oh, did you not hear about the UCKG pastor, guys? I need to cover this story, yeah, but this week I have been informed that a girl unalived in Give Thyself Holy. Where's my head gone? Oh, Give Thyself Holy. And this young girl had sickle cell. We don't really know more about that. We just know that, she is still there in Ghana, and they're trying to raise money as a church to get the body sent over. Do you know what I think is really crazy? These people will be banging on about their church, like banging out for this group. Like, it's almost like my man. And then when something happens, when there's a bereavement or whatever, these people are nowhere to be found. Yeah. The pastor who's getting 6 figures, you've been coming to the setting, giving your offering for years, giving your time. The pastor won't just say, let me do, like, and do you know what the worst part is? It's a drop in the ocean for them. Like, I think this girl, they need like 12 grand or something. They've raised like 6 grand. Like, what is it for? Like, what would it be for like man like David Antry and Dag to give, like, just drop like 12 racks on that? They get more than that on a Sunday. And then there's also the pastor that unalived himself in UCKG, which I also need to cover. But it's just been so much, because I need to cover that girl's story and this one. Like, how am I doing it? Do you get what I'm saying? So I said, nah, man, I don't need to force to be having everything out like that. Do you get it? Like, I just need to take it easy. Don't churches get tax breaks as well? Yeah, I don't think they pay tax. A person I know who is in the church, his profile on all socials is him and David Antry. They love him. Yeah. Me, I'm stepping things up a notch, because David Antry, I just want him to get exposed. I don't think you lot don't understand the tea that I'm sitting on with these pastors. Share. you lot have no idea. But because the people who have come forward is techie, and the thing is, the whole point about what I do is I'm like a carrier I hold. That's how I like to think of it. I hold like all of these, like, secrets and things that family members of people in these cults that I speak to regularly, that feed me a lot of information. But I just don't repeat things, because then it would make it obvious of the cult, the this, the that. And I don't want to further, be a part of someone being isolated further from their family, even more than what they are. But if I was to drop what I know about this one right here, this David Antry chair, You lot can't see on David Antry's time's coming. That's all I'm gonna say. And you lot get prepared for the exposure of these pastors, chair. Or that's all I'm gonna say. Just get prepared. Remember, I've been saying, guys, a lot of the things that I've said have happened. Have you realized that? Have you realized? Prophetess Googly Gob. Oh, look, I've just created a new character because we've got Sister Watermelon, Prophetess Googly Gob. I've got a big gob as well. I can't wait. It's a lot of people still in them who are still closeted atheists, agnostics, but they're literally scared. Is it? Wow. Yeah, because for the fellowship, innit? The camaraderie, the social interaction, the trauma bond of the fake relationship that they paint, the fake community vibe that they have there, the fake family vibe. Okay, if you really think that your pastor is your spiritual daddy, or you gal them that don't have your dad in your life, ask your pastor to walk you down the aisle. I did. Oh, we've never done that before. Yeah, because you've indoctrinated me so heavily to make me think that you're my daddy. And then when it comes to my wedding and I ain't got nobody nowhere to walk me nowhere, you don't want to walk me nowhere. I'm so glad my brother walked me. My mum insisted. She insisted. But how could my first choice be that man? And I've got a brother who's like 2.5 years younger than me. Like, we've grown up together. We're so close. That's how they make you like an idiot. You'll be worrying more about where the pastors and the first ladies and the wives and all that are sitting over your own family. Do you know, I've heard things where the cult has come in and completely taken over to the point where family members are just getting pushed aside. The first lady and the pastor, the LP and whatever, they've been sitting on the high table with the fact, like, weird stuff, chair, weird stuff. Some pastor said in a video that tithes is for God, not the poor. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Oh, that's absolutely human fecal matter. They steal from the poor to feed the rich themselves. I'm going to go through these points. Oh, thank you, Spam. You're such a king. I'm going to go through these points. And then I'm going to restart TikTok because, like, I'm just not... Instagram, I'm going to keep it real. My kitchen's not done to the standard. I can take you in there. It's fine. I know, like, there's some people, they don't even... You know, anyway, let me not throw any, you know what, let me just keep it PG. My kitchen's absolutely fine, but I think I'll just be on TikTok. I want to make the kids some pancakes, so I'm going to do that. You know, TikTok's just got more of a, it doesn't feel so, but YouTube, it doesn't feel so professional, I suppose. But YouTube, I do love y'all. And I really appreciate the views, because I've been getting some views on YouTube. There's a little community going on in it. I know they hate to see it. But I still feel like it's not enough, and I'm just saying to God, oh, please help me to be content. Like, you know, I'm not. But the thing is, I really, really am. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really do want the content to go viral. Like, I really do want people to see what they've done to us. Like, it's really, really important for me, and I just feel like I'll do anything that I have to do that. Like, I've got to start doing my thingy arts, my fire flame throwing arts, performance arts thing, because I'm hoping I can get some views with that one. Black girl in it, and a little sequin thing with the fire flame. Come on, man, I've got to go viral. Come on. Do you know what I'm saying? How am I not going to go viral with that? Do you get it? And then I could put some subtitles underneath. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, hi, Alexandra. You all right, Queen? It's so nice to see you, my love. Whenever you search Carousel, the names of any of these churches, like, you come up. I hope so. But it's still not enough, Spam. Don't you understand? Because it's 18 years of my life, and I don't want to cry. Like, I do feel a little bit up and down today, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's been a lot. But it just never feels enough. It just never feels like I'm doing enough. I take media communication, fun fact videos. When you're done, I'll go viral more. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, girl. I would try to look, and then I was like, what do you mean, babe? Come in. Is it important? Just noddle. What? What is it? All right, you come back then, princesses. Okay, I'm gonna finish up and then I'll be downstairs. And then when I'm on TikTok, you know, like, because they're here and they can come in freely. I still don't care anyway, but like, their mum doesn't care if my niece and nephew come on, but my ex-husband doesn't want my kids on any And I have to respect it because he's very involved. All right, let's go through the points, guys. Let's get some energy. Let's get on some tunes. Let's get some energy. Let's talk about how do these church cults destroy our lives? How do they destroy our lives? YouTube, in a way, I feel like restarting. Should I restart? No, let me just leave it, man. All right, how do these church cults destroy our lives? This is what I wanted to get into. And I asked ChatGPT, and I've got 2 versions, so I'll be going in between the 2. Okay. Guys, please feel free to contribute, to put what you feel in the comments, because, you know, I feel like when we put our examples and the things we've gone through, I think it can be really helpful, because I know like a lot of people have said that, you know, when they've heard or seen something on the chat, because some people just pre from the FYP, but they come in and out. But how are they seeing you can't see comments from the FYP there, can you? That's why you lot need to come in from the FYP, because the comments do help as well, you know. It's part of the experience. I would say but I get I get how it must feel for them, because it's lit in it. It's like the talk of the town. Like, I've made it popular. Like, I've made it in. That's what I do, baby. That's what I do. I don't like. Remember when Courtney tried to say, "Some of you lot are full of fashion." All right, babe. We've literally built our own community, our own collective. If you lot don't share my ish, if you lot don't like my stuff, if you lot don't comment, even, do you know how many of my videos don't make the For You page? And those videos have more than 2,000 views, more than that's how their ish gets pushed, because, guys, they literally used to send around mass broadcast messages. It was like an operation. That's how they move, like operation. And then you've got like generals of the operation. Like, I would have been a type of low level general. Like, but the low, that's why when they're trying to say these guys are pastors now, I'm laughing. Because when I was in there, I was a higher ranking than you. And then now you want me to respect you. Oh, come on. That's how they are in there. Oh my God, I've completely disassociated. What was I talking about? I've completely... Just when I start talking about that place, I start talking about ranking. Do you notice I just disassociate? Because everything in these settings is about ranking. That's one way it will bloody well destroy your life. I came from the FYP. I saw your other account saying to join. Oh, okay. These people who believe in these things also have mastered the art of rage bait. Definitely. Especially them Tommy and Toby Ariam, you know, them kind of like wannabe celeb pastors. They're just in a bubble. It's like, do you know what, guys, at this point, I think what we need to start doing, because the thing is with this particular religion, they exasperate things and they make things bigger than what it actually is. They're not actually reaching anyone. It's just all recycled people that attend these settings. Okay, what we need to do is we need to just remove ourselves from it, but talk about experiences. They're trying to come into our energy, which is why I don't allow them in there. But with them, they're trapped in that self-sealing system. Do you understand? So they've got very archaic ways. Like, they're doing things, their mindsets are like, it's not even like, there's a bit of the 1950s, but their mindsets are like, it's like the Stone Ages, you know, like when we were what are those people called, you know, like the first humans, like very uncivilized, like barbaric. It's like the thought processes and the way that they think is very much like that. Yeah. So I saw Dag trying to do up like a bit of technology with the what was it, the First Love conference. I thought it was quite funny, because I was like, oh, like, he's really trying, but as he's trying, it's making them look more worldly. They can't win. God's got them between a rock and a hard place. When God traps you, that's it. When God sets you up, it doesn't matter what you try to do, and a war, and a how, and a war, and a die. Like, that's it. Once God snatch you up, yeah, that's it. Time done. It's over. Oh my gosh, you don't remember that Jay-Z tune? It's over. It's over now. Or was that someone else? Na, 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 na. Or was that Black? What was, guys, help me. Game shut down. It's over. It's over now. Do you not remember that tune? It's over. You don't remember that tune? I feel like it's because a lot of POCs are immigrants. Sorry, don't. It's making me irritates me out. Yeah. You lot have no blood clot chill. You lot got no blood clot chill. And try to overly assimilate. You know you're being sideways though, babes. Like, she's trying to make it sound all posh, innit? No, I love it. Let me read it. I feel like it's because a lot of POCs are immigrants and try to overly assimilate into colonial culture. I absolutely agree. Come on, guys. I think I need to get some sound effects because you lot are doing good today, Chair. Come on, you lot. Where's the effects? Come on, let's make it interactive. Guys, I might have to start doing up, when I take on the live guests, and do you not remember when I was taking on the live guests and then they were all coming and clapping and that? Do you not remember? That was funny, Chair. You lot, how do I get the claps on? Oh, sound effects, Chair. All right, in the car. I knew it. I knew Antry was Dag influenced. Oh, do you know David Antry? How do you know him? You know when you come on here and you talk about that, my ears are gonna prick up, man. I love it. Do you know what just came to my mind? You know when you see them videos and then it's like a girl and she's like, when I hear them speaking about conspiracies and how religions take, like indoctrinate people, them videos. I should do it like when I hear someone say that, like tags are this, that, I'm going to do it tomorrow, Chair. I'm going to do it tomorrow, Chair. You're all right. Yeah, Perk. Because I do you not realize I do the content for us? Like, I don't care. I do the content. Sometimes the video is like 6.5 minutes, Chair. I don't care. I don't care. Because I know even if it's a group of 10 survivors, they're gonna be happy. They're going to be happy to have that 6-minute video like me, because I'm watching it to help myself. Because the whole reason why I did this was like, there's no content out there for us. Like, what is out there for us? If you come on TikTok, you come on this, if someone talk about relationships or this, that, and the third, we needed our little skits because it's not fair. How dare you took us out of the world, then you had us in these cults, and then you've discarded us, then you've effed us up mentally, and then just for us to find our way. No, babe, that's not happening. Now our thing's litty. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know how many people we get? Like, I don't get gassed up because I'm no respecter of persons, but guys, we've had a pretty penny of people up in these lives since we've been doing this out her and a hour and a day. Are you all right? Our thing is lit over here. You get me? That's just what it is. It's the talk of the town. We just came from nowhere. We all came, and you know what was crazy? When I started, the more I was speaking out, the more I was coming on. Like, the survivors just started coming out of the woodworks. It was crazy. Like, there's certain survivors, yeah. I can't say what their nickname is on here because it's so sensitive. But they are the type they'll just come in, give me information, duck out. I don't hear from them for 3 weeks, for 3 months, 6 months. Wow. Just come and give me some crazy info. But then it started getting peaked, yeah. But now I have my ways. But I've got more of a setup in Caris with my moles than I even have with Michael. I want to say that. Like, in terms of Caris, like, we're infiltrated strong in there. We're infiltrated strong in there. I'm not gonna lie. Like with Caris, yeah, the receipts. I'm just taking my time because there's a lot. There's a lot with Caris. And when the time does come, guys, just prepare yourself because a lot's gone on in there. Prepare yourself to be shocked. Prepare yourself. All right. So I'm asking the question, like, how did this cult has destroyed my life? Like, this church cult absolutely destroyed my life. There's so much trauma. There's so much unresolved. That's what I think it is. That's what I think makes it so hard, because you have to remember we're dealing with a malignant narcissist, and then we're dealing with narcissists filtered down. Everyone's a narcissist in there. And then you see, I'm even disassociating. And then we're dealing with the trauma bonds. We're dealing with the codependency. And the trauma that we come out with is like, I don't even know. I can liken it to maybe childhood trauma. Oh, thank you, Auntie Linda. I love you. Oh, look, my auntie's there. I'm going to come to you soon anyway, because I'm going to locks up soon. I'm going to do like 1 more year of natural. Then I'm going to cut, because my auntie has the most beautiful locks I've ever seen. So I'm going to come to you. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is so hard for me. I don't think anyone understands. Like, they just took my life. Like, even my niece and nephew, like, I'm looking at getting like some bikes for them, because we got a bike park down the road. Love you too. And I just wouldn't have been thinking like this. Like, I'm just almost housing things for them when they come down, and they have. And there was something that they said to me, and I said, "Oh, you wouldn't have remembered, my love," because I said, "Auntie used to see Auntie sometimes, but she wasn't around like how she is now." Just had to stop myself, like fight the tears, and that's why I feel like I'm so emotional, because it's lovely, having my niece and nephew here and them forming this relationship with their cousins and everything, but it's a bit bittersweet because I did miss out on earlier parts of their life and spending time with my family in that way. And it is something I need to release and let go, because I know what's important is the present and it's now. But there has been a lot of damage. Thank you, Spam. There has been a lot of damage, like, to the dynamics of my family relationships. All right. So the way that they break down and destroy people's lives, it starts off with identity theft. I want to say that this is life mapping. So they map out your life, and this is also putting on the pseudo personality of the cult leader, which you are coerced to do, because without putting on that pseudo personality, you cannot progress in the cult. You need to be socially conformed. They need to see that you are a spiritual son or daughter of the house, whatever they say, chosen one, disciple, whatever it is that they're doing up. And the only way that you can prove that is externally. Because, hey, babe, because remember, they can't measure your spirituality. They can't see it. It's about energy. It's not it's not something that is tangible. Isn't it so funny that when it comes to selling us the blessings, it's invisible, but then when it comes to us doing something, it's monetary, but then everything else is invisible. Guys, if you're going to one of these spaces in 2025, you're an idiot. Hi, Ti. I don't care. I've just got to be honest. That's the truth. Because in 2025, how it is now, guys, come on, it's crystal clear, man. You should at least say to yourself in these settings, I owe it to myself to deconstruct. I owe it to myself to unpack this, because I came into this environment when I was young, DUMB, naive. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I was freshly out of school. Your prefrontal cortex, your prefrontal lobe, whatever it is, hasn't even finished forming and developing. Why don't you go and learn where this book is? Because all you've been hearing is from some uncle. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some uncle that's trying to build his kingdom back home. That guy's church will harass you until you come to their church. Yeah. 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 Pretty much. They won't leave you alone. They'll run you down. You know why? Because that geezer on the left, you can't see the picture of Stag Mills. Yellow bone man. Yeah. All right. So he does up a doctrine. Thank you, Queen Ange. Love you. Called Anakazo. And basically it's win the loss at any cost. You have to go into the, what is it? It's Matthew Sutton. Is it Matthew 6? No, Matthew 6:33 is about the kingdom of heaven, isn't it? What's Matthew 6:33? Matthew 6:33 is that seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you. Is that it? Minano. Troy, come off the live, man. So it's so scary. On the day of judgment, they will regret it. Yeah, that's what they try and do with us. They try and enforce apocalyptic like end times judgment rhetoric. That's why I don't care. I don't care. Because all I know is, babe, me and Dag are going to be together forever. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if I'm going to be down there in HELL, Dag's definitely going to be there. And then we can just keep going round and round. I don't mind. I don't think you understand. I'm not letting this go, babe. Like, whatever God has planted inside of me to take this man on, I can't help it. I feel like he's my nemesis. Like, it's very real to me. It is a very real reality to me. I'm not even gonna lie. It's very real, because he took everything. I'm not giving up. Absolutely no way. And even when I unalive, I'll be haunting him. Then I'm not leaving this guy alone. Don't you understand me? I'm not leaving this man alone. I will haunt all of them. 2017, they kept on phoning me until they picked me up from my house. It was weird. OMG, they do that a lot, Chair. What didn't he do? What didn't he do? I remember when I first came out and I first started speaking out, girl, and a survivor called me and said, Ilya, and she was very upset. And I'm thinking, why is this girl doing the most? Like, crying, I can't understand it. You're talking about the abuse, but you're not talking about the essay. You're not talking about how they eat grapes on the grape bush. She started crying. like just, and that's when everything changed for me. That was my Queen of the South moment. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's when it's like the switch went off, and I said, no, I can't have it, because I just thought it was a cult. Troy, come off the live. Respect what I'm saying. I'm being serious. Come off the live now, because this isn't appropriate for kids. When she started like going into the details of what had happened, and I found out about the essay and the eating from the great bowl and stuff, I was so sickened and so shocked, because I didn't think that was going on. And I was holding on to that. Like, it's just a high control group. I'm going to get out and I'm going to talk about the characteristics of the cult. But when I started getting more calls from women and hearing more stories about the ABUSE, thank you, Miss CHM. I love you, girl. I love you, girl. That's when I was like, Miss CHM, am I supposed to have messaged you back? I don't even know. I need to check. If I was up at, I'll message you back, my love, because I've got a full house here. I've got 4 kids and 2 Pomeranians. So it is really, really jam-packed. They like to install fear into us when fear is not meant to be of God. Yeah, that's what they do. Absolutely. MSCI are crooks. Even after church, they'll invite you to their house to pray with them. Also, you had experiences with MSCI and Caris, is it? They'll tell you it's a fun day. It's actually a service. Did you have experiences with Caris and First Love? All right, my love, because you know what it is, Miss CHM. I can't even. It's just been such a full-on week. I'm not gonna say like to make it, because I'm not gonna bait it up. But with that, and along with some other stuff that's happened, it's just been too much. I've had to just take my foot like off the gas and just say, I need to take a little bit of time out for myself. People are new here. Please explain what's going on. What I will say to you, you actually don't need to know what's going on, but what you do need to know is that I don't ramp on my live. So on here, because we have people who report it up and they try and get me off the live, because I've got 8 accounts just to speak my truth because of corrupt mogs and people like this who want to try and silence me online, instead of them being accountable for the women that have been essayed and eaten from the great bowl, and the teething of the money, instead of them come out and be held accountable and talk about the things that are going on in their church cults. We call them CCs on here. We are survivors. So, and another thing I want to say is, before I come on these lives, I set the intention that anyone that is in these church cult spaces that comes on and poses to be like a victim or a survivor, that will actually happen to you. And there will be a string of unfortunate events throughout your life. So I'm just letting you lot believe in these men who sell invisible blessings. I've been out here for a year chatting my chat and I'm still absolutely fine. So if you're still believing in the fakeness, that's up to you. That's entirely up to you. But what I feel like it's looking is that we are getting a lot where we really have been very successful in what we've been doing. It's absolutely evident that there is definitely a force that is behind us and helping us. You're going to think it's the DEVIL, and that's absolutely fine if you do. But we're just going to keep exposing, and more survivors are going to come out, so we don't care. But I will just let you know that whether you believe in me or not, because of these men that you follow, unfortunately, you have no power in the spiritual realm. You don't understand how powerless you are, and NAKED outside in these streets. And I know you have no care for the spiritual things because they've taught you to value external positions and power and knowing scriptures that you've learned and being called pastor, elder, center leader. That's what you think spirituality is. That's what you think power is. That's what you think fruit is. The people that you are bribing with Nando's and monies, you think that's fruits. Tell me what you know about being saturated and soaked in the presence of God. Tell me what you know about. Tell me what you know about. What do you know about that? What do you know about that? You lot are out there like headless chickens. You don't even have time to think. What do you mean? You don't have time to process nothing, man. One time we're in my house in the middle of the night because I didn't respond to the messages. Oh, they came to your house in the middle of the night. Yeah. God, they've done that loads of times. There's a 15-year-old survivor from Caris that was in her dressing gown with barely anything on, and they still proceeded to come into the yard doing the most. Oh no, that's my sister, but it's all right. It's all right, Faith. I like the Vim. You've got to have it, girl. We've got to have that Vim chair. Because if we don't have it, we'll just be letting anyone, because my sister's an idiot. She comes in and trolls me and she knows it's serious in it. She's actually a survivor. She's so silly. But Faith, I know why you blocked her, because she came in and said something bright. And that's why when people are like, you know, one time she was on here and people are like, oh, I'm getting blocked. Like, and my sister was like, do you know how many times I've been blocked? And I'm her blood sister. Like, give it a break. Even my blood sister gets blocked. It's just, it's how it is what it is. We've got to protect the space. All right. So identity theft. And guys, not only, guys, I want you, because listen, you know, I was in there for 18 years. So I'm going to actually decipher this. I'm going to dissect it. I'm going to break it apart. I'm going to preach the message well. And I might have to do this in parts because, guys, I'm going to go make the pancakes because I don't think it's fair to not include YouTube. YouTube, are you loving it? YouTube, are you having fun? How are the YouTubers? And Instagram, I've got some people on there. How are you handling it? Are you enjoying it? Ooh, I love exposing Dag. I live for this, man. This is better than me getting my back blown out. Do you get what I'm saying? Lulia, the mods blocked me from my main account. I know, I've just unblocked you because you were trolling, you little idiot. What one's this? Oh, look, everyone. That's my niece on my sister's profile picture. I absolutely adore my niece. I forgot how sensitive your account is. Yeah, girl. How could you forget? How could you forget that we've got a whole operation here? What do you mean, Got a whole operation. Hey, Poetically Black. Hi, my love. Welcome, Instagram. Welcome, Lucy. I can see my beautiful people are on Instagram. It's so lovely to see you. All right. So, guys, not only do they steal your personality, steal your dreams, and replace it with an identity that serves the cult's own agenda, you stop being you and you become what they've programmed you. I also want to add into this that people will also teeth your identity. Like, there's destiny swappers in there, yeah? So God might have a plan for you to be like a soloist or a pastor or a prophet or whatever it is. You've got people who will steal your whole identity, step on your neck, snitch on you, make up lies, and go and snitch to Bishop Richard. Because in my cult, especially Bishop Richard's just an idiot. That's all he is. I remember one time I bought him a hat, but it couldn't fit his head. So, and it was lovely. I just love his head. I love it. I love it. Do you know what? I'm not going to do that because I'm trying to keep the life. Yeah, I'm going to show you a little picture of Bishop Richard before we go. Yeah, energy harvesting. And do you know what, girl? The ChatGPT actually told me that they're energy groomers. Oh, look, I need to laugh my ass off in there. Instagram, I don't care about this idiot on here because what I'm doing with the narcissist now is just ignoring them and giving them no energy because they're just when I'm in the mood for it, but I'm not in the mood for it today, so I don't feel like using them. So if the comments are distracting, let me know and I'll just mute his ass so that he can't comment. Put him on timeout like Dag does. You know, when he's up at Dag's intestine. So let me know and I'll mute the comments. But if it's fine, I'm fine because I'm just ignoring him. I'm just letting him waste his energy, really. Because why are you fainting and convulsing in church? Chill. It's so true. See a doctor. Yeah, but girl, do you know what? A lot of it they call is manifestation. They think they're getting blessed. They think when Dag is like putting hands on them, they think that they're getting anointed. But it's like the demons are filling them. So that's how you become possessed, because he's transferring things onto you. Do you get what I'm saying? So and you know, Dag, he's always been like a reject of society. So he attracts rejects. Like Dag will attract like the bottom of the bottom. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of rejects, a lot of people who haven't made it, because you gotta understand, yeah, like the message that prosperity gospel message, yeah, like the health, wealth, and prosperity gospel, all it is it's the whitey man that has come over and given these very colonialist theologies, because it's all about territory building, money, and basically they brought it to Africa, so it's to steal all the resources again and the money, but they're doing it through just basically foolishness, through invisible blessings. Because remember, they always do that. They've always bring invisible things into it. Look at the Windrush era. They said that England, the streets were paved with gold. I need people to understand these weren't like ghetto people that were coming from Jamaica. These are like nurses, they were doctors, I'm in a very important part, so go and entertain yourself. They were doctors, they were nurses, they were medical professionals that came to come and rebuild the country. Remember that? Remember that? Because remember when the American soldiers thought they could come over here and be aces to the black Jamaican soldiers, and we had to put them in their place. The soldiers had to tell them, no, we don't go on with that over here. That's why God chose me in England, because the Ghanaians are just, I feel really sorry for the Ghanaians in First Love in Ghana. My heart actually does go out to them. No, guys, all jokes aside, this is my heart. That's why I've said my heart goes out to my Ghanaian brothers and sisters. I'm so glad that they're becoming free. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they've just, like, what they've done in that diaspora of the world is sad. It's sad. That's why when I see content creators like Marcel Moses, and do you know what I mean? Like these young content creators coming out here and just like breaking the cycle. It's so beautiful to see. And that other girl, Ash, the cycle breaker. I follow these young content creators. I encourage them. I think it's beautiful because what they've got is the old generations, and then they've got a lot of recycled Christians. But there is a generation, there's an army that's rising up of people who are just like, they're more secularized, they're universal, they're just all about one love, they don't care about religion. And these are our future leaders. These are the next social media stars, and do you know what I mean, the people that are going to change the world and have influence. They're not religious, and they don't care about religion. Don't you see? Hi, can I private message you about my experience with a recent church? I just don't want to bait them out. All right. That's absolutely fine. Just message me, my love. What is going on in First Love in Ghana? Or the gal them in Ghana sleep with guys on campus. I've had a guy come on who whistleblowed on the 304 that's going on in the campus. So the gal them, there's so much pressure. The gal them will sleep with the men and then lure them in to like come to Bible. So they're all sleeping with each other on the campus on there. It's like a Schmegs cult, Dagwood Mills cult, because Bishop Eddie Addy is just a well-known, and Bishop Saki, there's only one of the sons that's in there. I can't remember which one it is, but one of the sons allegedly was having an affair with Ida. That's why I don't think they're married anymore. So Bishop Saki, I'm glad I left that church. Me too, girl. You know, girl, catch the tea. Lady Rose, are you an OG? You know Bishop Saki, who was married to Juanita. Do you remember they used to push Juanita so hard? That's the Saki's mum. I don't think you were there when she was around, but she was unalived. And guys, it was just how much the cult used to push her, because she used to be involved in the Jesus campaign and whatever. Then she unalived anyway, and then they married off Saki to a 40-year-old virgin. I was at the Aston one. Oh, okay. I don't mind him being on there, but if you want him blocked, I'll block him. Because I was just ignoring him, because you know, for narcissists, it really gets on their nerves. Just ignoring him. Yeah. Oh, any other accounts that they may have. Well, that's what I like about Instagram. They do block you off all accounts. Yeah, I didn't really care, but if you're on there and you want to sit on there for your viewing pleasure, I have blocked him, because I love it. I love it when they're just all in there talking and just talking all their rubbish, and I'm just ignoring them. Imagine how psychotic you have to be if someone's like talking, you're sitting on their channel talking. He's on there, he's written like essays, he just keeps writing stuff about Dag. I'm completely ignoring him, and he's just going on and on. That's how first lovers are, babe. But he can't match my radical. He can't match how radical I am, because I'm from the streets. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm from, they're all a bag of nerds. I'm from the streets, and then I was in the mega church. So there's no, I just see that they're just a bag of idiots. Like, they're little boys, little like youths, you know what I mean? They're gal in there. The man, them are gal, yeah, they're unwell and they're gal, and a lot of them have needs as well. You've got to remember that. A lot of them, so they're unwell, but a lot of them have needs. A lot of them have needs as well. They forced me to buy Bishop Dag's books. Yeah, that's what they'll do in there, girl. Let me quickly, I need to get through these points, but I'm going to come back on TikTok because I'm feeling like I need to come off. All right. Another thing that they'll do to break down and destroy your life is, oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, so people will step on your neck, your foot, whatever. So look over your shoulder, because if you've got a certain position in there, they're always talking about you'll be replaced. We'll replace you. We can replace you. You can be replaced. God is no respecter of persons. So it makes people like unalive themselves to the point where they're trapped, because their replacement is right behind them. That is how cutthroat it is. It's like, you know, them. Have you not ever seen The Wolf of Wall Street? The Leonardo is exactly like that. And I think there are cults like that. I don't know what they call them. Is it MLMs or, you know, them cults that are like that? It's like they're all the same because they all got the characteristics. So people will be going hard because they don't want to get replaced. That's why they'll be coming to the rehearsal and singing when they've got tonsillitis and laryngitis. Do you know that there's girls that have permanent lumps on their throat? My boyfriend, you know, oh my God, you lot, what the hell? Where the hell did that come from? What? Yeah. I'm not trying to have a boyfriend. Lucia, do you see what I'm saying? If you're on Instagram, just come off because they're relentless. They're not gonna stop. That's how they are. So I'm actually gonna have to, because if you I can't get irritated, so they will be on there messaging. I would advise, if it is irritating you, stay on the TikTok, babe, because that's just what they're like. Because I taught them everything they know. Like, we built this ministry. Like, Dag is the only reason Dag's got a ministry in England is because of the OG. I was part of the first British born speaking members. And when they get, and you got to remember, they're psychotic. So the more you give energy to them, Lucia, whether it's saying that, oh, I beg you, block, or whatever, they'll come back in droves. They're like maggots. So you've just got to leave them and ignore them. That's the best thing to do with first lovers, because they're absolutely psychotic. Also, because they've just got out of their Give Thyself Holy conference. Now's not the time. Stop knocking. You know I'm live. Stop it. They've just come back from Give Thyself Holy, and they've just come back from the First Love conference. So they've been all radicalized. So that's why I said I don't care. I'm just gonna leave them. Why is he making an apology video? Oh, that's a bit out of context, Lady Rose. I'm not gonna lie. I would say go and look at my videos on steps, yeah, because I'm not really talking about that today, girl. But I've got loads of content on it, yeah. Emotional manipulation. So a way they break you down and destroy your life is through identity theft. People will also be stepping on your neck to get your position and your husband. All right, your position and your husband. So be careful, ladies. Look over your back, because the pastors are even getting their backs blown out in there. And it's absolutely devastating when you've been in there for years and then you just see. Do you understand what I'm saying? That the pastor's been getting his back blown out. Everybody in the church has been getting their back blown out. All right, and let's move on to emotional manipulation. So they use guilt, fear, and shame to control you. Every emotion gets hijacked. Joy is only allowed if it's about the cult. Sadness is a lack of faith, and anger is rebellion against God. So do you see, this is what I was talking about again with their spiritual exchange. Guys, if you're on Instagram and they're annoying you, let me know, okay? But you are just going to have to ignore him. He's just talking absolute shit. But that's what Dag's full of. So that's why they do that. All right. So, and just to remind the children, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok across 3 different social media platforms, as I have explained before going on live. So if it's not important, I would appreciate that you entertain yourself. I've done a lot with you over these several days, and I need you to entertain yourself for about 5 minutes, okay? Hey, Salade. The way my heart used to drop when I'd be late for church and someone else was working the cameras. Oh, yeah, because it's like they've replaced you, innit? Why did they, I will replace you? Bag of idiots in there, man. Why do they embarrass people by the pulpit when they're preaching? Oh, that's about public humiliation. It's also about gaslighting. It's also about reinforcing positive and negative reinforcement. So it's like, if you're sleeping with someone in the church cult or you go against their rules, they're going to publicly shame you from the pulpit. You have to remember that they're selling it like he's a spiritual father of some kind. So, you know, Dag has the power to bless or curse. Do you know what? Why didn't he heal his daughter from being a 304? And why couldn't he see that his son David was suffering with mental health? Because he unalived himself. At least with the UCKG, they've come out and said that the pastor's done it. Dag, to this day, he's covering up David Eward Mills. And that's why I'll speak about it till the day I unalive. They're doing too much. They're doing too much. They're trying to brush too much under the carpet. But that's the thing, like, because it's like Dag is trying his best to seem like an international church, but it's not. It's the power is the Ghanaian members. People underestimate the power that Africa has. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why they're so corrupt, and they've come over here and they're doing this, because the most type of corrupt leaders that you get are these politicians. You know what I'm talking about, y'all. So they come and they use the same model here. But the only reason why it's been exasperated is because England is a very like free thinking country. We have corruption, but it's in a different way. They do it systemically, like in Ghana, they don't care. Do you know what I mean? Like when it comes to there's 3 trillion missing, and I will not explain why. Do you know what I mean? It's just like that, and it's shut down. It's unfortunate that it's unfortunate that we have those leaders in our home. That's why I'm so glad that guy, that Burkina Faso guy, is rising up, because it's a mess. They take over. They just take over when they feel like something's not right. They're greedy. It's ego. It's ego for power from the whitey man, because we were stripped of everything, our resources. Ghana's only just started to get back on its 2 legs the other day. That's why they have these mindsets like, so they see me as an Obroni woman, a whitey woman. Can you imagine, as dark as my skin is, they see me as an Obroni woman. Can you imagine how much of a low life you have to be to believe that and internalize that? So what it is they worship England, they worship the UK. They want to be here because they think they'll have a better life, because that's what the whitey man did to us. Do you see how the colonialism it's internalized? So it's within their epigenetics. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. They hate themselves. So that's why Dag is just fair skin. So they see him like a whitey man. So they're flocking there because of the worship of it. Do you understand? So a lot of them, and I'm not saying that everyone in Ghana is in villages, because they're not. Just like everyone in Nigeria aren't. But they have, some of these guys have nothing. Like in the pandemic, that's when I started getting reached out to from Ghanaian members. And there are some Ghanaian members in absolute poverty. Guys, they used to come on here because we were so desperate for like people to come on during the pandemic. Yeah, we were doing these watch parties, and I don't even want to start crying. But these guys, yeah, would come on and they'd be like, I don't have data. They would have to come off, like a child, like everything is so expensive in there. Even their homes, like some of these people are getting put up by accommodation. He has a compound. Why do you think he has that Bible school? In Africa, for you to live in a place that's decent, even for you to have a roof over your head, yeah, you've got to pay rent for the year. Because I deal with Nigerian mandem, innit? I know how it works. I've been dealing with Nigerian mandem into property. That's what they all do, the rich ones. They've all got properties out there, like property portfolios. So that's the first time I started learning that they pay the rent a year in advance. So for example, if the rent's like £3,000 a month, whatever, they'll be paying them 24 racks or whatnot, yeah? They don't have that money when they're from the village. Clock it! So Dag is going and recruiting these people from the village, and he's bussing them. And we are funding everything in England as the cash cow. That's why I've hurt his pocket, because the UK is what he's used the UK as like the exemplar of his ministry. That's why God placed me in the UK, to destroy him. It's the core. It's like the coreplex of the ministry. Do you understand? That's where he's got all his money from. Dag has been rinsing people from the 80s. So now he's putting his money into it to make himself look great. But it doesn't matter, because he's not going to get that it's that authentic supply that they need. It's not enough for him. So once he gets like, because it's a beast that they're feeding. So once he does that, give thyself holy, then it's all quieted down again. Then he's got to deal with the reality of them spacing, because my moles tell me that they space out the chairs and all the top bits not filled as well. So that's why my moles in Ghana are telling me they would do it. They had to do all of these conferences because people are talking, especially Joshua. At one point, they were saying that Joshua was going to unalive and that he was weak. But I think he had a gastric bypass surgery, because he put on exponential weight, you see. Because it's hard in there. Everyone's got coping mechanisms. Joshua's his food. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like everyone has something that they cope with. Like remember I did that series where I was talking about the pastor's wife that was addicted on the shopping addiction, and I brought up all the receipts because I used to have to go and pick up her clothes from Zara and whatnot. And remember when I was showing you the receipts, the hundreds of messages. So everyone has some sort of coping mechanism and addiction in there. Yeah. So that's why that was an authentic weight loss, like through discipline, and because Joshua has no discipline. Remember I told you he was here blowing out the backs of the girls since the 2000s when he was in the University of Nottingham. In my Ugandan boarding school, girls would become nuns for scholarships. Is it? Ross. Yeah. I mean, with Dag, you just have to be a man and a misogynist and a patriarch to do well. But for a woman, you've got to strip yourself of your whole identity, and you've got to put on the Proverbs 31 archetype. Yeah. So again, I do want to go a little bit back into this discourse around race, because in Ghana, they have to pay for a lot more. Like the disparity between wealth and poverty there is so high. So when they come over and they're a porter in a hospital, They'll be like, I thank God for to clean in the hospital or to be a porter. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's like, I've arrived. Because when they're sending the money home, they're getting to build a small house. But it's nothing over here, my love. All right, sweetie. So what I want to say is, because Dag has sold the UK like this cash cow, like, it's great because it's the UK, it's the whitey man, we've got the king, the Queen Elizabeth, and Dag, even his historical like videos back, you know that song that you know the song that plays when you're getting benefits, dun 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 da 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 dun dun da da da, but because he's so disconnected, he's just looking at it like that's a classical piece of music. It's a well-known British monarchy song. Let me use it. He's not realizing that we have that on our benefit tone, our benefit line. Do you see what I mean? So to us, that's how we know it, because we're from the United Kingdom, and it is a rich country in terms of rich in literary arts, you know, rich in poetry. Like when you think about a lot of greats, you know, like Shakespeare's questionable. They say that originally was a black woman in it, or a black man or something. But so they see the UK. Like if I start speaking like this and I go and get my big hat, these men will, oh, yes, madam. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What is it that you want, madam? What do you want from me, madam? What is it that you want from me? I'd like you to go and fetch my shopping. Okay. You should see what they're doing on their chair. I don't care. So just by virtue of having the British mother tongue, do you see how aces this is? This is what I'm demonstrating to you. How, because what I'm doing is what Dag does to them. So how can he be doing that from the pulpit and selling it? But I would be seen as being, you know, a certain way. But they do it from the pulpit. This is what they're doing to their people. Do you understand what I'm saying? So their prize in England, guys, that's why people are doing everything and anything to come here, because they stole all our resources and used it to build what we have here. And then they're running to come here and be laves. If that ain't deep, tell me what is. If the depth of it, guys, how we HAT ourselves in them diasporas back home. That's why I love this new generation that is embracing their blackness. Like me, that's why I sat in the sun all day. Like, I embrace who I am. But it's like, especially when you see, and it's always more so people from back home. Like, you know that girl Bims that was bleaching her? That's, why do you want to bleach your skin? Like, why? Why, you know, like the HATE, again, it comes from the colonialism, it comes from, you know, the whitey man, like even, you know, like it would be the lighter skinned women that would be in the lave master's house and doing the cleaning and the things in-house, and it would be the darker women that would be ploughing in the cotton fields, and we see that with the colorism today. We see it in these spaces. We see it with Dag. Because the only reason why they even listen to Dag is because he looks like Obroni, a whitey man. So back in the day, Dag used to have his hair very short. He used to have a moustache. He used to wear a suit, and he likes to make his voice sound as less Ghanaian as possible, especially when he's preaching in other places. Then he'll come out with things, because predominantly back in the day, it was just a full-blown Ghanaian, like first generation Ghanaian. So being a point where they would go into their own dialect in preaching and stuff. Then as he started to make that transition, trying to do up international, it changed. So that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to rebrand, but you ain't gonna rebrand, baby. Not whilst I'm still breathing. You're not gonna rebrand. There's absolutely no way that you think you're gonna be rebranding like you think you're Hillsong or something. Babe, I haven't even started. If you lot think I've started, I haven't been on radio. I haven't had any features out. I've done nothing with TV. I've not even picked up the phone to call a newspaper. I'm healing. This is like my diary, and I'm writing a book. I haven't even started exposing them. So if they think that I've done anything yet, they've seen nothing. They've seen absolutely nothing. That's why I don't know why they're going so ham. Because what are you gonna do when I start making money from this? Because I've got PTSD from like making money and monetizing. But what are you gonna do when I switch that monetization button on? What are you going to do, 304s? What are you going to do when I start making real peas from this? What are you going to do? Okay. Yeah, it's not that I can't be making money. It's a choice not to do it this way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I've got PTSD. I don't want the survivors to ever think that it's that. That's why my stuff's not monetized across any of my platforms. All right. So another thing that they'll do when they're breaking you down and destroying your life is isolation from support systems. They cut you off from family, friends, and anybody anyone who could question the group's control. They make you believe outsiders are worldly or dangerous or EVIL or from the DEVIL. I've added that bit in myself. So the cult becomes your only source of belonging. It becomes your only source of belonging. So your whole belonging and identity becomes in being born again, but not only being born again, but being in that specific cult. And then they have a script to sell. So it was like, Dag is a medical doctor by profession. He started off the church in a small campus in Kolibu. And then he has gone on to start make thousands of churches. He is a prophet, he is an author, he is an evangelist. Ask them to give you one scripture about Jesus Christ. See them start fumbling. But they can list all Dag's books. They can tell you about, they can give you his whole bio. Ask them to give you the bio of Jesus Christ. They can't. They can't give you nothing. Oh, he was just, they'll be stumbling, Jay. Ask them to name all 12 of the disciples. Ask them to ask them the books. Ask them the books. Ask them simple things. They won't know it. Like very simple things they will not know. The scriptures that they know are, and it's like an adrenaline for them. John 3:16 and John 2:10. Yeah. And it's like that when you see that pride when they're doing videos and they're showing how many scriptures that they're selling it's pride, it's ego. You need to run. When you see that thing being done with the promos where they're coming on and they're regurgitating scripture, they don't know the scripture. The scripture's not in their heart. They've learned it. Like people can learn things to pass the test. That's what I don't like about medicine. It's like quite multiple choice. There's no empathy, no care, no nothing. Like if you just rehearse and do the scripture over and over again, you can be a pred. You can be a great bowl eater. But because you've learned, you've said you've got a good memory, it looks impressive. So do you see how preds have been able to get into the space? Because it's done off like the merit of like ego and pride and what you know and who you know. There's no safeguarding. Financial exploitation, guys, it's in the name. Yeah, so there's this pressure to manipulate you into giving money, tithes, offerings, or free labor, sometimes to the point where you're financially ruined while they live in excess. So we see these guys, do you know what I mean, with their rollies on, and they don't even need to own a car. Like they can call any member like that at the drop of the hat. They drop everything, and if Dag wanted to raise 100 bags to get a car that he really wanted, we would all be slapping down £100. You get it? All over the world for Dag to get this car. Dag can buy cars over and over again. These things that it gets to a point where you have so much because he's so greedy, he's teethed. But he'll be saying, oh, it's plentiful, it's from the Lord, it's a blessing. You just teethed. You're just collecting people's money and taxing them. So you're not getting taxed by even the government's not taxing you, but you're taxing us with a tithe. They don't understand. David does the exact same thing when preaching. Spits all the script and the members copy him, yeah. Yeah, keep up the great work, Leah. The truth is coming. Yeah, you should have seen their little foul play that they tried to do on Instagram, trying to flood the thing. I don't care. They don't know me. I don't give a damn. Like I'm used to this. I'm used to haters. I'm used to disgruntled man them when I reject them. I'm used to it. Are you all right? My main thing whenever I'm meeting a new guy is to it's a no-go zone. Like, I know you like me. I know you're attracted to me, but I don't want to go there. I'm not interested in men, innit? Like, I'm just not interested. Like, even this guy tried to ring my phone the other day and I was like, babe, like, it's not that. Like, I'm not interested in out of hours telephone conversations. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on it. The thought of a man, I don't want to say, because I might, guys, remember, I could be talking about this today and I could go somewhere next week and meet the love of my life chair. Do you know what I mean? I could meet the love of my life chair. And then I'm just getting, like, bills getting paid and whatnot. So I'm not a man hater, make you want more. I'm not like that. I'm very open. But I just don't want a relationship. I just want someone I just want my ninja. I just want a ninja. These are the relationships I like having. Like, you're just my ninja. We're just kicking it. We're just vibing. We just see where it goes. It is what it is, isn't it? Like, I just do me, you do me, you do you. Because I was married for 10 years. I'm not trying to get like pinned down. I never will. I need like a hippie guy. I can't. The thought of being commitment, like committed, like in that way, like institutionalized commitment. What am I binding myself to? No. Mm-mm. I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my home is. Baby, I'm like a bird. You get me? I only fly away. Catch me if you can. I know they can't handle it. This energy is too much. She's on fire. Career and education sabotage. I thought this one was quite interesting. They discourage education and personal ambition because independent, successful people are harder to control. Many survivors leave with huge career gaps and no qualifications. Guys, if I wasn't this smart, I would have come out with nothing. My first degree almost flopped because of them. Because it's just such a high control environment, you know. All of a sudden midway your uni you can be like, I don't want to be here anymore, start getting bugging out, and then start like sleeping with a guy, and then you're not doing your work, you're with him all the time. Like, it's crazy. It's just like so much stuff exasperates, and they're all the reason for it. Cults are the reason for the season, yeah. Oh yes they are. Oh yes they are. The cults, it's everything's because of them. Do you know what I mean? It's all rooted in them. All right. So you will find that people maybe won't. And also you don't achieve your highest, fullest potential because they always try to drag you back. And you have to give inordinate amounts of time. So you can't do overtime. You can't do, like, there are people who are so talented. It just means maybe they have to work like 2 weekends, like in a year, or 4 weekends. But even that, they see it as a sacrifice. I'm not going to take that job that will make me be able to earn £15,000 more a year. I'm going to sacrifice it for God. So there they are living in their little council flat, rejecting a possible promotion because they can't do the 4 days or whatever weekend because they're giving it on to God. So they're broke and they're tithing. Do you see what I mean? So the cults don't want you to be doing too well to the point where you'll get wings and fly off. They just want you to be doing some sort of corporate, like some sort of 9 to 5. So they like you doing like medicine or nursing or teaching or social, or somewhere where it's just like local authority, something 9 to 5, you clock in, you clock out. So you're like a robot. That's why they love working in those of like local authority settings, because it's just like the cult. It's very tick box. It's very tick box exercise. It's like you come in, you show up, you go out. It's very much like that. All right. And then we've got actual exploitation. So they create environments where abuse can thrive, often hiding or excusing preds, and while silencing and shaming victims. All right. So there's a lot of preds in there. And if you have daughters, if you have a mother, you came from a mother, then you should be interested in what's going on in these spaces. And as a parent, especially if you have African ancestry, don't just be so, yes, it is good. You are going to uni, go to the church. Yes, well done. I'm glad that my daughter is going to the church. That's what we need for her. But are there preds there? Because actually, you need to be more concerned in the pastors that are pastor in these churches, because a lot of them are preds. Like, look at what happened with Steps, allegedly. They're worse in the church cult because they know that the girls are vulnerable. A lot of them haven't even lost their V's. Do you understand? And they take advantage of it. So as a community, we've got to start wisening up to that and teaching our children. We shouldn't be so like, oh, yes, we go to the church. Go and check it out. You deconstruct and deprogram so that you can teach your kids to be better. And that's on period, point blank. All right, mental health damage. So constant fear, control, pressure leads to anxiety, depression, panic attacks, PTSD, CPTSD, BPD, and religious trauma, RTS, religious trauma syndrome. Survivors often feel like their mind isn't their own anymore. Losing that loss of control, self-control, losing the sense of self. Feeling like it's like an imposter in your body. You don't recognize yourself anymore. Be becoming a shadow of yourself. You're looking in the mirror, the reflection that's looking back at you, you don't recognize. These are the kind of things that I feel will resonate with survivors. Do they do witchcraft? Yeah, it's all witchcraft, babe. The psychology behind it. And the way the canon Bible has been put together has been to incite control through fear, to indoctrinate the masses. All right. Physical burnout, endless services, fasting, volunteering, and travel. It leaves you physically exhausted. I wasn't even thinking about the travel, so exhausting. And burnout becomes a badge of spiritual maturity or honor or loyalty or allegiance instead of a warning sign. Destroying trust in God. They present themselves as God voice. So when you escape, you're left wondering if God even exists or if he's just another tool of control. This can shatter faith entirely or leave you afraid of all spirituality. Isn't that sad? Remember I said to you that that's the greatest sin that they have to be held accountable for. That's the greatest judgment that's falling upon them. The fact that they are, you know, a false representation of God. And, you know, they said people come out and they lose all their faith in their support systems. There's people who unalive themselves, guys, because of this. And this is the last one. Stigma after leaving. They smear your name, calling you backslidden, possessed, or dangerous, making it harder to rebuild your life or reconnect with old relationships. And I'm going to leave it on that. They absolutely drag your name through the mud. They tried to do it to me. But because I came out and I was chatting my chat, listen, they ain't got no chat for me. Like, look, do you see what I mean, Lucia? At a point, that guy had to go because he has to pay for his data. So a lot of them, it's not really the British, that it's more so the Ghanaians, because they're over there. They're like more radical for dad because he's over there. So what they give them like 5-10 minutes. They could never be on here for the whole hour and a half because they have to pay for their data, babe. You know them ones. Love you all. TikTok, let me come off because I've been doing the most on here. I'll be back soon. Oh my God, I didn't even get one restriction or related tutorial. How? You see it, TikTok. Sometimes you could get away with things, and then sometimes it's so blood clot strict. Love you, Instagram. Bye. YouTube. I see it is just you and I again. What now? What's now? Try and tell me that I'm not an African woman. Oh, they can go and piss off. They can take a jump, a hike. Do you know what I mean? Are you all right? What I had to do to fit in with my in-laws and all that. They need to go and they need to go. Then they need to go where? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I was fully assimilated into that culture, chair. Ain't nobody gonna tell me no different. And they shouldn't have come and found me my backside going about my business, minding my own business, come and heavily and severely indoctrinate me when I'm trying to go about my business. So I will speak my truth and I will say what I gotta say. Because at the end of the day, I never went to go and find no one. And that's what they keep doing. They come into our space, they're on our social media platforms. This is a worldly platform made by worldly guys who do not believe in anything you believe in. They don't believe in Jesus Christ. I don't even know who Dag is. But here you are on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. This is our spaces. Get off. Do you know what I'm saying? Go to your church, man. Why do you not want to be on the internet so bad? Is that they just want to be us real bad? Can't you see it? And then they do reverse psychology and they'll be telling people, the world. No! You want to be like us. That's why you use our slang, you use our logos, you use our chat. You try and dress like us. You do everything like us, baby. That's why you use our skits, you use everything. And you're like, she was a sinner. No, it's she was a fairy. It was not she was a sinner. She came to Jesus, she found Christ. You're spoiling the trend. That's not what we're doing up. You not take things and then you make it trashy or you look weird and strange. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you're coming out and you're doing that, oh, hey, I thought that was someone else, girl. I was ready to pop off. But it's true. Facts on facts, girl. Facts on facts. For real. That's all that they do. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the lies. Girl, do you know, just because you're here, this is the last thing I'm going to say before I go, yeah? But I'll be back later. What they used to do was they used to be like, oh, yeah, that's why everything in the world, they steal it. They stole our gospel music. But now we can see, and that's all it's ever been, gospel music trying to be worldly. Trying to sound more like assimilated into the worldly culture. Why don't you just do your hymns? Amazing grace, that's your hymns. Why don't you do that up? And then they steal it and then they start coming and talking human fecal matter. Oh, they took it from us. It's just a lies. And listen, if you just go on ChatGPT and say, give me a breakdown of what is deconstructing Christianity, you'll see the truth staring right back at you. Right back. It's as clear as blood clot day. At this point, if people are in there, it's because they want to be lives. And that's why I said I'm not out here to save anyone anywhere. I don't care. I'm not out here to save anyone. And on that note, I'm going to go because I've been doing the most. But YouTube's great. Love you. But just in case, let me not get too excited.